I'm back. It's wonderful to see you again. Susan Gaddy here. You might remember me from the first video. Disruptive Spark, certified business advisor, and head of anything to do with learning and content within our organization. And it is really exciting for me to share this next topic with you. I think it's the thing that I struggled with more than anything in my process of advancing in my professional career. And I'm thrilled to be able to share it with you. It's this concept called I knew it. I knew it. So again, we operate from internal constructs that are 95% on automatic pilot. And you can check out some of the biologists and the key fields to really wrap your head around what that means, because I think it's an interesting concept to think. But how we want to use it in our work practice is that this means the majority of our programs are created when we're in a theta brainwave. And without getting too technical for you, that means in that space, information is very easy to receive. It's very easy to store. It's very easy to memorize, and we can move rapidly through advancements. Now, would you like to know when that takes place in our lives? Well, if you're guessing in my 20s, if you're guessing in my 30s, if you're guessing in my 60s, then you're completely off. The truth is, we are in theta state and most receptive to having a growth mindset from the time that we're born. It peaks at around 3, and then it starts to close up at 13, and then it tapers off and into our early 20s. So our peak absorption happens when we're at our youngest point in our lives, which means we don't have a lot of perspective. We don't have a lot of outside purview, right? And we're completely at the lens of our parents, our schools, our religion, and just our physical surroundings. So the majority of the way that you think and act actually comes from unconscious programming that happened very young in your childhood. I think why that's interesting is because when we think about something that we want to achieve that's outside of what we already have, we know that we're already going to set off alarm bells in our central nervous system, and that we're always going to have to be working to manage and reduce that. All right, so I couldn't let you leave here without at least one tool in your toolkit, because that's what we're all about at Disruptive Spark, is providing simple, easy tools that help people to change their behavior, reprogram how they think about things, and actually keep them moving forward in the pursuit of their goal. And as always, with less stress. So I want you to think about your body in terms of a stoplight. I think this is a really great way to think about it. When you are in the green, right, everything is smooth and easy and working for you. When you're in the yellow, there's some obstacles, but you can figure out a way to move forward. But when you're at the red, it's a complete stop. Your body pretty much works the same way, and your words actually produce more of that movement than you can believe. So I want you to think about green, yellow, red in terms of desire, want, and need. Every single word has an energetic frequency that will put you into one of these spaces. Really, just in how you talk to yourself. It's pretty incredible that just by changing a word that would be more of that red stop to the body into a yellow can actually increase productivity by 20 to 30%. And if you can get into that green section, which is that flow section, that's actually where we see 10x productivity for the same amount of time. So it's not about doing more. It's about getting your body on board with you in the things that you want to do. So let's take a look at a quick example. I'm going to use just in terms of food, because I think this is something that we can all relate to. If you tell yourself you're starving, what happens to you in the moment? I have to stop what I'm doing. I can't focus on anything else. And I grab everything I can and I shove it in my mouth, right? That's starving. What we're telling our body is that it's not safe, remember, and that there's not enough for you. So if you don't do this right now, you are going to be harmed in some way. Right? That's a very heavy, low energy that really knocks people out of productivity, out of alignment. It creates a lot of physical health ailments in us. And the more time you're in that red, the more likely you are to be in that burnout space. But very simply saying to myself, coming up one level into the yellow that says, you know, I'd really, I'm in need of nourishment right now. I'd really like something to eat. That's a different way to talk to myself. Maybe I can wait a little bit longer. I don't need to do it right now. It's not so urgent. It's not so detrimental to me. Yes, it's distracting me somewhat, so it's going to slow my productivity a little bit. But flipping myself from yellow to green is actually quite easier than anything else. So just simply looking at the difference between, are my words throwing me into that stop? Are my words keeping me here? Right? And I'm going to give you the green, which I think is the funnest way to think about this at all. Even if you were very, very hungry right now, what if you just started thinking about the delicious food that you'd love to eat? Right? How does that taste? What would it be like? How much would I enjoy it? I guarantee you, if you start thinking about food this way, you'll make better food choices. You'll eat less, right? And you'll feel fuller. It's how we talk to ourselves that's actually influencing a good deal of our food and eating habits. Same thing at work. If you walk around saying this project is hard, I'm no good at, those are all red words, right? Just simply bring them up to, you know what, this project is challenging, but I know I have the tools and the resources. This project is something I haven't done before, but I know that there's so-and-so in this other department. They've done it before. Maybe they can give me some guidance and technique. All the way up to that green level of this concept of it's already done. Again, kind of goes back to the vision casting, but you see the difference between throwing yourself into that low energy versus keeping yourself in what positive psychology calls that chest up energy, right? And then actually going all the way up into the green in that flow state where anything is possible for you and everything is always working out for you. So play with your phrases, have some fun. Inside our Be the CEO of You program and every program that we offer for our Disruptive Spark clients are word lists. We actually give you the cheat sheets on how to reframe language as well as a couple of other things in order to keep you in that high vibe productive state and really protect your mental health and well-being. Hope to see you within our programs one day. Remember, advisors are always waiting for you at 516-202-8884. Thanks again.